The Unraidable cave video, very controversial, had about 300,000 views, 5,000 likes, but still 500 dislikes. But why? The main argument that came out of this video was the fact that most people said you could just drop down the back of the hole, disconnect, reconnect, and then you can easily raid the space from the back. A lot of people said you could also drop down the back and survive the fall. In fact, most of the comments dominated these two aspects. One YouTuber went a step further and actually raided the base himself.
What? Hello?
Okay, these fucking little dogs. You know what they've done? They fully fucking honeycombed all of that and they just jumped down. We can't raid it.
Really?
Yeah, let's go.
Unless they got griefed. They
Nope.
got raided.
Nope, they didn't. I've seen this. Mr. Flak uploaded a video on it. You just seal off it and fill it all up with honeycomb, and the only way you can get down is by jumping down the hole. Maybe try to do the disconnect thing. But if that's the case, it's a fucking easy raid.
Disconnecting? What is the disconnecting? Let's say you have a very high service. All you simply have to do is jump off, and whilst you're still in midair, hit the disconnect, reconnect, wait for yourself to load in. Once loaded in, you'll notice you're sleeping in the air. You just press any key and then you wake up. No fall damage. And that's exactly what Sir Winter did. Now, it's a little dark, so you can't really see what's happening. But he jumped down the hole, he disconnected, he reconnected, and then he landed safely on respawning in.
I made it. See a key lock.
See, all the security for this base lies in the entrance of the cave, which is 8 or 9 layers thick. There's no security at the back though, leading to the rope bucket.
Raid, I don't think.
I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, just have a look at what happened. It was a fucking bloodbath.
Alrighty! What do we got going on up here, fellas?
So awesome.
So much for Auburn.
So many turrets in here.
In fact, the remainder of this raid was so fucking cool, I just have to show you parts of it. It's called Settling the Score by Sir Winter. Just have a look, it was fucking brilliant. It was the best revenge ever.
Oh, I nearly fucking popped your head.
What do I got?
Oh.
Yay.
Check the C4 on it.
What was in the furnace base?
Furnaces.
Now, I know some people would argue and say, yeah, but if the guy that Sir Winter was raiding had a turret at the back of his base, on that little ledge, he'd have no way of raiding the base, but that's actually not true. Let me open my professional drawing program and I'll tell you exactly why. Now, the cave's got the entrance in the build zone, and you can only build within that build zone. Now, if you work your way till the honeycombed end, you can't raid that side, so you're only left with dropping down the bucket. Now, when you drop down the bucket, it's a no build zone, meaning that if you drop down successfully or you glitch down using the disconnect, and I can only build my turret in the build zone, I could essentially just peek backwards and forwards around the corner until that turret's drained. Look, it's going to be difficult, but it's not going to be impossible. It'll make that turret useless. But on every single server, there lies one very, very special cave. Now, this cave looks exactly like every other cave in the game, except it's got one major difference. See, with most caves you have 2 build zones and you have either 1 or 2 rope bucket accesses. However, you do get one cave in the game that has only 1 build zone and only 1 rope bucket. When you get to the bottom of the cave, you're greeted with a normal right or left decision. Going right will take you to the rope bucket. Now, the rope bucket is used as the primary entrance and exit to the cave. You do not use the normal entrance. Going left, you'll notice the normal jump, except one of the beams of wood is not broken. That's a good indicator. And when you get to the end, you'll notice only 1 cave. But here's the major amazing part. You can see the rope bucket from the build zone. Now, I don't have to tell you exactly what that means, but essentially it doesn't matter what you try and do and glitch down and drop down and health up and whatever, that turret's going to see you once you land at the bottom of that fall. And then you ask yourself, can't you just maybe fall down a few times and drain the turrets? Well, you know, that's the thing about these turrets, they have a lot of slots. Now each slot can hold 128 rounds, and there's 12 slots in an auto turret. Now that's 1,536 fucking bullets. Can you imagine that many bullets? It takes 3 bullets to kill a person dropping. That's 512 respawns required to drain this turret. That'll take hours. Okay, now let's get to the entrance part. That's the part where people will approach your base by, because remember, they cannot use the bucket now. So you'll see I'm starting out with triangles. I'm just using triangle foundations because they occupy more space than the square ones. And I'll build triangle foundations all the way until the bucket area, as you can see over there. I'm going to build the square ones, and this is going to serve as my living area, if you will. So you're left with this deck. You've got the bucket side and you've got the entrance side. Now the entrance side is where we're going to wall it up and we're going to seal it off. So completely sealed off so that nobody can use this. And just to break their emotions, we're going to make everything on the front armored. If you're rich and you're wealthy and you want to make everything armored, you're more than welcome to. I just think that armored's quite unrealistic, so I prefer using sheet metal. Now this is obviously going to take a while, so I'm just going to speed it up. But what I'm going to do is build triangle honeycomb all the way from the cave entrance all the way to the back bucket exit. And I am left with this over here. I'm going to use these triangle pieces as my airlock. And then over here I'm going to do a doorway. And inside the doorway I'm going to place a TC. I'll put another one here as maybe a decoy. And then over here I'm going to do wall frames. 4 exactly. And that's going to be my quadruple airlock. Over here, solid wall, which I'm going to armor. Remember, if they see armor, they don't like to raid it. Going to fill up a turret, and then that will serve as my super defense. If you want to add a second turret, it'll just make the whole thing protected double as long. Placing 4 garage doors now, and then I'm going to stay up to the roof. Now the roof also needs to be honeycombed, so I'm going to fill up these holes. Memes. And then I'm going to honeycomb as well. You know the deal. And we are done. Now what I'm going to do is build a deck out here so that we can build on the top and the bottom floor. Just allows for more space, and you can obviously airlock this as well. But this is not necessary with the turret in its current state. We'll turn everything into sheet metal. Do the stairs too, because why the fuck not? Quickly place in a TC and a door. Nice and safe. And we are 100% secure. I haven't built anything on the bottom, but we can, because there's just all that space there. We are done. Hashtag roleplay for life, yo. Okay, so let's test out how this motherfucker works. We're in the base. We can go out using our quadruple airlock. We can go to the rope bucket and we can use that to get to the surface. And you can do your farming, and of course we're in a barren wasteland, and that's exactly what we need. Fucking guitar. Thank you, face punch. Now we go back to the cave. We don't go left because you know that's sealed up. We go right. Then we whip out our guitar and we rock out into the pits of hell. Perfect. The turret's currently watching me, and I'm doing something naughty. Spawn back in the bed, hop out, go fetch my shit. Once I loot my corpse, all I have to do is go take it back into the base where it's nice and safe, and then I am free to go out and farm again. Once I need to go out and farm, I hop inside the bucket, I activate the bucket, and I ascend to the gates of Valhalla. Nice and simple. And there you fucking have it. The unraidable base that is now officially unmotherfucking raidable. But what happens if somebody wants to pop around the back? Let's have a look. Now, I'm going to play this at normal speed. You know what, this is going to take a while. I'm going to play it at 1.5 times speed, and you will see just how long it takes to read. Okay, this is taking too long. I'm just going to use double speed rather, I suppose. Fuck's sakes, man. Quadruple speed? Fuck it, 8 times. And there you have it. 89 motherfucking rockets. That is gonna make it unfucking raidable. I don't care what you say. 89 rockets on a vanilla wipe. I don't give a fuck who you are. Nobody is gonna spend 89 rockets on this fucking base. Because when I use an online resource calculator and I type in 89 motherfucking rockets, the amount of resources required to make 89 rockets it's damn near unfarmable. I'm sorry. If anybody wants to spend that amount of resources raiding a fucking solo or a duo, you must be crazy. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please fill me with your likes, fill me with your subs. I could always use the extra help. Thank you again for watching. Flak out.
Blast me in my face! See what we're doing here? Is there a shotgun trap behind this door?
Yes.
Ellen, yes. So Flak, this was my clanmate for a very, very long time.